Hey everybody, it's me, Pickin for Profit, coming to you with another video. Today's video is a Rogers Flea Market haul. If you haven't checked out my Rogers Flea Market videos, make sure you check those out in the description below. I'll make sure to put a link in there for you. It's a great flea market. It's really big. It's about an hour and a half to an hour and 40 minutes away, but well worth the drive. It's a great experience, and I'm sure you'll love those videos, so make sure to check those out. But in this video, I'm just going to show you the haul. I purchased quite a few items. I'll show you that in a minute. I'm not sure exactly how much I spent. I'll make sure to put a tally somewhere around here throughout the video of what I spent and what I plan on selling the items for. And let's get right to it. So for the first few items I purchased, I got them all from one seller. I ended up spending $25 with him, and this is what I bought. I bought a pair of these safety glasses. He wanted $5 for these. I believe I ended up paying about $3. We can average that out. These are made by Cesco. Not sure if you can see right here. It says Cesco. The lenses are pretty thick. I always sell these. I've never had this specific brand, but these do sell pretty well. I'll be able to get about $19 to $25 shipped for these. From that same buyer or seller, I also purchased these. They're antique glasses. I think they're just brass. I do not believe that they are gold fill, but again, they're very cool. He was asking $5 for these, and again, I didn't pay full price because I bundled them all together for a flat price of $25. So very cool here. I plan on being able to get about $10 for these. Another really cool item I purchased from that seller was this knife. It's got 3 horses on that side, and again the same 3 horses on this side. It is brass. The maker, I believe this was made in China, so it's not, yeah, it's just a novelty knife company. You can see it right there, and it is NV235, which I believe is the steel. So not a really huge money-making knife. I believe I paid probably the same $3, $4, or $5 for this. I plan on getting 15 to 20 bucks on eBay for this knife. This is a really great piece. It is a bangle, a cuff, whatever you want to call it, a bracelet. It is sterling silver. It is marked sterling on the inside here. Hopefully it focuses on that. Great piece of turquoise. I love turquoise. Turquoise always sells really well for me. He was asking $10 for this. Again, I got him down to about $5, which is probably the best thing I bought from him because I can sell this for about $29.99 to $39.99 on eBay. So keep your eye out for that. And the final item I purchased from that seller was this sterling silver ring. He was asking $5 for it. It is marked 925. It's got some kind of resin with pressed flowers in there. Really cool. Just something different. I know I can get this about 10 to 15 at my booth if I decided to sell it that way. But I'm going to try eBay first. I'm going to see what other comparable rings like this sell for. But I'm guessing I can get about $25 to the $30 for this. So very cool ring, and should make me some good money. This next bag of items, I purchased all these items from one seller again. I spent $12 on the whole bag. This bag had about half of these items and then some other items in it. It had a 2 and a dash. So I went up to them, I asked if this whole bag was $2. He kind of chuckled and said no, he just was reusing the bag. So he told me $20 for everything that you see here. Plus again, there was another handful of items that I didn't pick out. They were just already in the bag. And so I decided to go through them, showed him that I took some pieces out and put them back, and I offered him $12 for the bag. After a little bit of thinking, he agreed, so I got this whole bag of goodies for $12. Now let's see what's inside. The first item in there is a Zippo. Zippos always do really well for me. I know at my booth I could sell this for about 10 bucks. Since I only have about $1 or $2 into this, I'll probably just save it and put it into a lot of Zippos and sell it on eBay. But for profit's sake, we'll say this is worth $10. Another item in that bag are these screwback earrings. Whenever you hear screwback, it is literally a back of the earring. Instead of putting a hole in your ear or a clip-on, you just screw these on. These are much older, and they are marked sterling on the back, and they depict rose. So 2 rose clip or screwback earrings. Again, in that bag, probably paid about $1 or $2 for these. I'm guessing I can get about $15 on eBay. This was one of the items in the bag as well. Not a huge money maker. I actually wanted the chain for a item that I showed you in my previous video with the notepad and pencil. I think it's gonna work great. This one does have a pencil on it as well. Very interesting. Great for if you're going to the flea market and making a list, or going golfing and want to write down your score. But very cool here. Again, I'm gonna take this pen off, or this pencil off, and use the chain. I have probably, we'll say, $1 into this item, and for profit's sake, we'll say it's about worth $5. To go along with the theme of pencils, we also have this pencil tie clip. I've sold these in the past. I will save this and just put this in a tie clipped lot. These do really well, so I'm guessing I can get about $5 for this, and again, I have $1 into it. This pair of tie tacks, or not tie tacks, cuff links, were also in that bag. Again, paid $1. These I can get about $2 a pair on eBay. I just locked them together, so not a huge money maker by any means, but I need a few more pair to put a good sized lot together to make it worth listing on eBay. So that's what these were purchased for. Here again is another pair of cuff links. These ones look to be a little bit older. They have red jewels in the top. These always sell really well for me, and again, $1 paid. And these ones are about worth, I could probably get $5 for them. The next item I purchased was this pin. It is a military pin, a cross with, it says rifle, which I guess the guy was probably a riflesman, and driver W. Not sure exactly what that means, but this is probably World War II, and it is marked sterling on the back. A lot of the times you see these, they are sterling. Make sure they say sterling on them. Not sure if that's focusing. But make sure they say sterling, because some are and some are not. But again, a lot of them are, so take a second look. I believe I can get about $10 for this. Again, we'll say I spent $1. This next pin I purchased in that bag is marked TT. I'm sure it is something for a business. They gave one of their employees. It was just in the bag, and it's marked sterling, so I thought, what the heck. Again, we'll say I paid $1 because there's about a dozen items in this bag, and I ended up spending $12 on the whole bag. This is probably, for metal value, probably worth $1/4 of sterling. Sterling is not worth that much, but $1. So I made absolutely no money on this, but this will just end up in my jar of scrap. For this one, it is a Masonic pin. A lot of these are gold fill, or silver. This one is very new reproduction of something. It's nothing, it's just a base metal, worth absolutely nothing as far as scrap value or rarity of metals. But at my booth I could get $1 for this. Again, I paid $1, so no money made. This is another Masonic piece, again base metal. Paid $1 for this. It's probably worth $1 or $2, so nothing huge there. This little guy, again a Masonic lapel pin. It's a screwback pin. It is marked 10 karat on the back, and it does have a diamond in it. Again, I paid $1 for this. This was in the bag. I seen this in the bag, and that is why I tried to buy the whole bag for $2. With that said, I showed you 2 pins previously that were Masonic. The only reason I put those in the bag, or left them in the bag and didn't take them out, was just so there wasn't one little Mason pin in there and they take a closer look at it, realize it's gold, and don't want to sell it for $1 anymore. So that's my little trick. Don't look too hard. Don't put too much emphasis on your items. If there's a few gold pieces in there, just try to buy everything. If you pick out a few pieces of gold and you say how much for these little odds and ends pieces, they're probably going to wonder why you want them and put 2 and 2 together and figure it out. So just leave everything together. You win on a lot and you lose on a couple, you end up still winning. So again, very good piece. This is probably worth about $20. Metal value, it's probably only worth $5, but with the diamond and it being Masonic, they have a good following. So again, paid $1, it's worth about $20. So the weirdest item I purchased all day was this. Yes, you can read it. It says shark. This is a real shark in a jar. Absolutely disgusting, but kind of cool. I like fun and interesting things like this. She wanted $5 for this. I asked if she would take 4. She wouldn't. I walked away. I got about 4 or 5 booths away. I could not stop thinking about it. I went back, paid the $5, decided to look it up. These sell, honestly, for about $25 to $35. I couldn't really believe it. I bought this just to keep it in my house because it's weird, it's an oddity. I like stuff like that. So I'm probably going to keep this for a while, but it is worth about $35. So spent $5, worth $35. So odd things sell. Make sure to be open when you're buying for reselling. These next 3 items right here, I purchased all from the same seller. They are antique gold-filled glasses. They are marked $10 each pair. This one was marked $12. Each pair I got them for $5. This pair is really nice, and it comes with a case. So I paid $15 for all 3 pair of gold-filled glasses. I lock these up and sell them on eBay, and I get $10 a piece. I've always sold them. They sell really well. People actually melt these down and take the gold out. There's probably worth more than about $10. Hopefully that's why they're buying them. But as long as they make some money, I double my money, we're all happy. So antique gold-filled glasses, even if they're broken, make sure you buy them if you can get them for under $5. Not sure if you guys have seen these where you're from, but this is an antique cheese box. Probably cheese. This one actually says P-I-M-E-N-T-O, pimento, Kraft cheese, it says. Maybe you can read that. It's got some cool like dovetail or poor man's dovetail. The box is broken. I paid $1 for this, and where I'm from, I can get about $10 for a cheese box if this wasn't broken. So I'll probably keep this for display, or if I want to sell it, I can get about $5 or $6 at my booth. The next item I have here I purchased from a friend. I purchased from him many times in the past. It was good to see him. He is actually kind of on a road trip, so good luck to you. I purchased this. It is a Budweiser truck. It has great detail. It's got a bunch of these little barrels in the back, as you can see here. Each one is loose wood keg barrels. It's got great details inside, underneath, spare tire. I paid $10 for this. It does come with a little paper talking about how much it's, or what it is exactly. I paid $10 for this, and on eBay they're selling for about 80 to 90 bucks. Unbelievable, really. The maker is Danbury Mint, which if you look that up, it's a great mint. So again, I paid $10, and I'm probably gonna list this for $69.99 and see how fast it sells. These next 3 items I actually purchased from a gentleman who said he watched my videos. He knew my name. It's always great meeting you guys out at the flea markets. It seems like the flea market is such a big world, but then you get involved and you realize it's not that big. It's a small world, actually. So thank you for selling me these. These were $1 a piece. They are beer cans, or supposed to be like beer cans, but you put a Bic lighter in them. really cool. I'll put a lighter in them and sell them on eBay and hopefully get about 10 to 15 bucks a piece. These are Michelob. We have another pair of gold fill glasses. This pair I was actually fortunate enough to spend $4 on. They are 12 karat. Keep your eye out for the 12 and the 14. You can sell them for a little more. A lot of them are 10 karat. For me, it doesn't really matter. I put them in a lot and I get about $10 a piece when you break it down. But I was finding a lot of gold fill glasses this past trip to Rogers, which I don't mind, but I will only pay $5 or $6 for a pair. So again, spent $4, worth $10. I do not want to keep boring you with gold fill glasses, but I did buy 3 more pair. These ones I actually paid up for. I paid more than I usually want. He said $7 a piece. I said 20 for all 3. They were each marked $10. So he thought about it a little bit, and I ended up paying $20 for all 3 of these. Again, gold fill, each pair I'll get about 10 bucks. When I'm at these flea markets, I usually buy vintage antique items because that's what I like. But with Amazon and Amazon FBA, I do always keep my eye open for other items that sell really well and return good profit. So for this, I paid $5 on this 30 pack of CDs. Yes, people do still buy these. These are selling for about $45 on Amazon FBA. So I'll sell mine for about $39.99. $5 into 40, I'm okay with that. I purchased this large metal hook. I spent $2. I can get about 10 to 15 on eBay if I decide to sell this, but I'm actually going to keep this for a little bit and use it around my house. One of the coolest items that I found was a stereograph or stereo viewer. Not sure if you can see the marking on the top, who it's made by. But this is aluminum with wood, has the handle, has the slider. I used to have a few of these. I sold them both. So this one I'm going to keep until I find another one, or if I get some crazy number for it, I'll sell it. But I wanted one of these just to lay around my house. I spent $15 on this, which is pretty cheap. Again, it is made by the Exposition Universal International 1900s. Not sure if there's a date anywhere else. There is not. Again, I got it for $15 and it's in great shape, but I also got some cool stereo cards, so let me show you those. These I did get tossed in on the deal. I asked if I could pick out a few cards. He said sure. I picked out 6. He said I can't do that, I'm selling those for $3 a piece. I said how about I said how many can I have? He said 2. I ended up picking out 3 and he said that is fine. The reason I picked out these 3 out of all of them that he had was they're very disturbing. They are military and they are kind of gruesome. This one is an injured soldier, or it says proud man of the North who fought on Flanders fields. I believe he is deceased in this picture. Very sad, but tells a great story. I'm always looking for images like that. This one is of a man laying in a hospital bed. It says the horror of war. Just a glimpse of the wounded. So fortunately for this guy, he is not deceased, but it is pretty gruesome. His whole face is bandaged up, his hand is bandaged up. Very interesting stereograph. And the third one I picked out was again a war picture, and these are horses that have been killed in the war. So again, these do have little stories on the back. They are great conversation pieces, great coffee table pieces. So I am going to keep this for a while until I find another one, and then I'll sell my duplicate. The cards I'll probably keep unless I find out they are worth more to someone else than they are to me. So very cool. Always keep your eye out for obscure photographs, pictures, stories, items like the shark, odd sells, and odd is more rare, I guess. And for the last item I purchased, it is this Polaroid. It still has the plastic on the front. I can hear it working. It does have some paint right here. Paint you can clean off. Got some paint up on the top, as you can see there. It's a little scratched up, but overall this is a great Polaroid. And the best part of this Polaroid is I paid 50 cents. That is probably the cheapest Polaroid I've ever bought. 50 cents. I didn't even know people sold things for 50 cents. I was happy to buy this for 50 cents, and I'll sell this for about $24.99 to $29.99 on eBay, and it'll be a quick sell for me. So that was a great profit. So that was everything I purchased at Rogers this past weekend, Friday. Today's actually Saturday. It's not a bunch of items. I wish I would have found more, but you do what you do. It was great weather. The drive was nice. It was my first time at Rogers this year, buying and or selling. I didn't sell, but it was my first time either way. Really happy to just get out, walk around, spend a few hours there, and find some goodies. So thanks for watching. If you liked anything and you want to purchase it, just leave me a message. You can go to the links below, leave me a message. If you have any comments about any of the items, make sure to share those in the comment box below, and make sure to give this video a thumbs up. And if you have not subscribed, please take a second, subscribe. It's just one click. There you go, you're subscribed. And thanks for watching. Peace.